If you're not selling every single day, then you're falling behind. Now, before you get defensive and say, oh, I'm being consistent, I'm building, I'm posting. Like, that stuff sounds cool, but if money isn't moving, then you're not building a business. You're just practicing entrepreneurship, and practice doesn't pay bills. Look, here's the biggest lie that people tell themselves. As long as I'm working, then I'm progressing. Like, nah, you can be busy and still be losing. And it's only gonna take me about 5 minutes to break this down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you'll most likely just be a busy loser. And busy losers typically end up being hard workers that are underpaid. And if you haven't realized by now, hard work don't pay. Just look at all the hard-working busy people out there. And this single lesson, once I realized this, it's the single thing that took my business to a 7-figure level and had my very first digital product make a little over 900K. And it's about what being productive actually is. Because most people, they wake up and then instantly react to messages or whatever notifications is on their phone. Then they answer things and they tweet stuff on a sales page that doesn't need to be tweeted. And then they post something and then they go to bed and they feel like they were productive. But nothing sold, no offer was pushed, no follow-up was sent, no distribution happened. And that's why people stay stuck for years feeling like they're trying. And you have to understand that progress isn't effort, progress is revenue momentum. Now, I gotta clear this up because I don't want you to get it twisted on what selling every day actually means. Selling every day doesn't mean that you're pitching nonstop. It doesn't mean that you're being spammy. It doesn't mean that you have to turn yourself into a walking sales banner. Selling every day means creating an opportunity every day for sales to happen. You have to create daily opportunities for transactions. And what most entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs are out there doing on a daily basis is doing a bunch of stuff, wasting time, feeling like they're being productive when all their productivity that they're doing is really just procrastination in disguise, when the only thing that you need to be focused on to actually make money online in your business is sales. That's it. Your primary focus on a day-to-day basis should be getting your offer in front of somebody else. Without that, you're not going to have a business. And the real issue here is that like 99% of people, they're actually working, but they're working on the wrong things and they're doing everything in their power to not promote themselves. And I'm like, well, how do you think that you're going to make money if you're not promoting yourself every single day? But people, they're not lazy. They're just focused on the uncomfortable part. And most people stay stuck in the learning phase, or what I like to call analysis paralysis, and they think that that's being productive when actually they're just being entertained by watching video after video after video after video, because they never take any action and actually implement the stuff that they're watching in video after video after video after video. And then they wonder why they're not making any money. And selling feels uncomfortable to most people. So since they don't want to feel that uncomfort, they go and just do more of what feels comfortable, and that's just sitting in a safe, cozy space behind their phone or their computer and just learning more. But selling, it forces clarity. It forces focus. It forces you to actually know whether whatever it is that you're building is working or not. And since most people don't really actually want to confront that, they hide behind, oh, I'm building. Oh, I'm just planning. I'm just getting everything ready for launch. Oh, I need to build my audience. But the thing that you need to understand is that if you are not selling every day, somebody else within your niche is. And somebody else that would actually get better help and a better result from you is forced to go and purchase from somebody else because you're not selling every day. And the market, it doesn't wait for you to be ready. And I'm about to say something that you probably really don't want to hear, but it's something that you absolutely need to hear. Every day that you're not selling, the market is just getting more saturated. Your competitors, they're just getting better and they're getting sharper. And attention, it just gets harder to earn. There is no neutral. You're either creating demand or you're getting replaced. And the pattern that I see over and over and over again that is just keeping people at the same level is that people, they're just switching entirely too fast. They always have a new offer. They always have a new niche. They always have a new strategy. They always have a new angle. They think the problem that they have is what they're selling. But in actuality, the problem is that they haven't sold what they have for long enough. And you can't sell every day if you're constantly changing what it is that you're actually selling. And the person who commits to one audience with one problem, with one product, with one social traffic for years is going to be the person that wins, because that person actually has focus. And focus, FOCUS, stands for follow one course until successful. So many people get distracted by all the shiny objects out there that they can never actually lock in, put on their blinders, and focus. Focus, it compounds, but switching up all the time, it always resets the clock. Now, when I tell people that they need to be focused on selling every day, typically they get really intimidated because they think that that's going to include a whole lot of grind for them. And not saying that I'm against the grind, because we always have seasons of grind, but I kind of am an anti-grinder because I did realize that hard work don't pay. Like I said at the beginning of this video, just look at all the hard workers out there. They're typically overworked and underpaid, right? But at times you're going to have seasons of grind. But when I say that you need to figure out a way to sell each and every single day, you need to learn how to create a digital asset on a platform that can sell for you every single day. That's always going to compound over time. That's where content comes in. And the best place to whereas you can create what I like to call a digital asset and put it out into the marketplace and create a system for yourself. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money, to whereas that system can work for you and sell for you 24/7, 365, so you can actually get your time back and you can make more while working less. The best place to build this system is this platform that you're on right now, YouTube. So just think about it. YouTube, for one, is the biggest streaming platform, period. That's why Netflix is out here making deals with all these huge media conglomerates like iHeart and whatnot to put all these podcasts on Netflix, because Netflix is trying to compete with YouTube because YouTube has taken over everybody's track. YouTube is the biggest streaming platform, period. It's bigger than Netflix, it's bigger than Hulu, it's bigger than Amazon Prime, HBO Max, whatever. YouTube's the #1 streaming platform. And YouTube is the second biggest search engine on the planet because it's owned by Google, which is the biggest search engine. So YouTube does not work like typical social media or your typical short form content, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Snapchat, whatever it is. YouTube trumps all because YouTube is an evergreen platform. You can put what I call a digital asset up, and I keep on saying this word digital asset instead of videos because they actually are assets. Think of what an asset is. It's something that you own that compounds over time and increases in value. Well, if you put a video up on YouTube and you make it evergreen to where it's designed to not just get views today, but get views for weeks, months, and years to come, and then you build a catalog of these digital assets, well, now your YouTube channel actually does become an asset that the compounding viewership on your channel over time increases in value. But most importantly, you make the real money by monetizing your offer off of the content. But just off the views alone, and I don't even have a big YouTube channel yet, but just off the views alone, my YouTube channel makes more money than a few rental properties, and it makes enough to pay my mortgage just off of the views alone. I'm not even talking about the business on the back end. So it truly is a digital asset. And since it's evergreen, your videos can be getting seen for years on a month-to-month basis. A video that I made in 2024 is still getting me the most amount of views, leads, and sales on a monthly basis, something that I did in 2024. Social media doesn't work like that because most of the content that you post is here today and literally gone tomorrow, or at best a 48 to 72 hour window. And YouTube outperforms paid advertising also because in years past, I've spent a lot of money. Well, I won't say a lot of money because other people, they've spent way more than me, but majority of people have spent way less. So amounts of money, it's always relative, but the most amount of money that I spent on paid ads in years past was a little over $100,000. Well, just off of the impressions that my small YouTube channel gets right now, I would have to spend around $30,000 to $40,000 per month in advertising for the same amount of impressions. I'd much rather just put that money in my pocket and get paid to build my income, impact, and influence instead of paying to hopefully build my income, impact, and influence online. But you don't just want to make content on YouTube. You want to make content that sells. And this is where most people mess up. It's because they're thinking of always monetizing their offer. They're thinking of always monetizing their digital product. They're thinking of always monetizing their community. So they're always selling in their content. No, you don't need to be focused on selling your offers. You need to be focused on selling yourself. And you want to focus on selling yourself as a trusted authority within your niche. Because we're in the trust economy now. People are buying things from people that they know, like, and trust. And there's no better platform than YouTube, because for one, YouTube, it's a discoverability platform. So when somebody discovers you, they know you. Then once they know you, they see your content, they're like, oh, I like this person. Then what happens is what I call the double B, or the binge and buy effect. Because once YouTube gets signals that somebody has enjoyed your content, which all that YouTube cares about is two things. It's a click-through rate, which means that somebody wants to watch the video because they clicked on it. And then your average view duration, which means that they actually enjoyed the video because they watched it for an extended period of time. If YouTube gets those signals that somebody wanted to watch your content and enjoyed your content, the likes and comments and all this, it doesn't matter. It goes off of view time. Well, then the next time that you post a video, YouTube is going to suggest it to that person. And then this also helps increase your click-through rate over time, because once people have a good experience with you, typically when they see your thumbnail on the home screen, they're just going to say, huh, I like that person. Let me see what they're talking about. And when you start to get that effect, you don't even have to be all super duper creative with thumbnails, because you build brand recognition and people will come to know, like, and trust your brand. So they want to hear what it is that you have to say and hear what it is that you have to talk about and learn from you about whatever it is that you have to teach. And once you get this engine of YouTube working for you, I'm telling you, it works nonstop. I literally have little Aston CEOs out every single day on YouTube getting views from the right viewer. Because I know that I'm a contentpreneur. I'm not a content creator. I could care less about going viral and just getting views for vanity metrics' sake. But I know that every single view is the right view, because I'm building a powerful community called It's Crowded at the Top that's getting a lot of people great results. Everybody that's seeing any of my videos are only people that will be interested in joining my community. And when you're thinking like that, then you know that you don't have to get all the views. You just have to get the right targeted views, and you don't have to go viral to do that. And I'm so grateful that I decided to take my YouTube seriously. The only regret that I have is that I wish that I started doing it years before that I actually did. Because when I was working social media, it was exhausting. I was posting 3 to 5 times per day. And then I had an infomercial strategy where I would post another 5 times overnight. And then by 6 a.m., I would delete the infomercial posts. Then I'm posting on stories. Then I'm going live all the time. Then I was doing all these free webinars and getting traffic from the social media to the free webinar. And it was exhausting, versus now, I can just sit down here, talk for about 5 minutes, and I'm done. And even when I'm not posting for whatever the reasons, or even if I just don't feel like it, the previous assets that I've created on my channel, they're still working for me. I literally just took about a month off this period. I was chilling outside of working with the members in my community. I was just chilling, eating junk food on the couch, watching shows, watched House of Cards, a show called His and Hers, was catching up with movies, just being a fat, lazy ass on the couch for about a month. Guess what? My YouTube system was still working for me, saving yourself time, energy, and money. That system wasn't having to do much work. So over that month that I was just chilling, my channel was still getting the right views. My channel still grew. I still got paid from YouTube, and my business grew while I was just chilling. That's the difference between being random and intentional. That's the difference between being vague and being clear. That's the difference between hustling and strategizing. Selling all day isn't about being in DMs all day and being on sales calls all day and hustling and grinding your face off and being online nonstop. That's not the point. YouTube allows you to sell every day, even when you don't show up. That's the difference between manual selling and leverage selling. And If you want to build an actual, true online business, you need to create leverage for yourself. And there's 4 levels of leverage that humans have used to make money and accumulate wealth since the beginning of time. You have labor, capital, code, and media. Right now, the real leverage is being made off of people leveraging their media with their personal brands, or how I would highly advise you to only focus on YouTube, because you don't need to build this big, massive personal brand. A micro niche personal brand, or a micro niche YouTube channel. You attach your products and your offers to that media. That's real leverage. And everybody's playing on an even playing field right now because everybody has access to the media. Everybody doesn't have access to labor, human capital. Everybody doesn't have access to capital, whether it be their own or OPM, other people's money. Everybody doesn't have access to code yet, because I do truly believe in the upcoming years with the advancements of AI, everybody have the ability to code just off of some prompts, but we're not there yet. But everybody does have access to media. And if you intentionally, strategically build a system around your micro niche YouTube channel and attach your products and offers to it, man, it's a beautiful life. And I'm glad that I decided to take it seriously, because I've actually found something that I enjoy doing. I look forward to working on each and every single day. Look forward to helping the members in my community, and it's peaceful. And I know a couple years ago when I embarked on this journey, I said that I want to architect and design a life for myself that has peaceful, purposeful, passionate profits. I call it the P's, right? Now my motto is to do less better. And I know that I can do less better if I'm focused on leveraging YouTube. But a YouTube video, it doesn't disappear after you post it. It doesn't stop working when you log off. It doesn't care if you're tired or busy or not in the mood. If it's positioned correctly, then it'll constantly be attracting the right people, and it'll be sending them to an offer every single day. That's why YouTube isn't just content, it's literally distribution. And most people can't see it for what it is, and they're just treating YouTube like it's a journal or something. They're like, oh, I posted, I was consistent, I showed up. And I'm like, cool, bravo. But if that video doesn't lead somewhere or lead someone to an offer, then it's not selling for you. It's literally just sitting there. And that's why I say that you don't need to sell harder. You just need to create assets for yourself that sell longer. And that's where people miss it. They think that selling every day means working harder. I'm like, no, it just means better placement on your effort. Because once YouTube knows who your problem is for, what problem it solves, and who should see it, it becomes your salesperson for you. And you'll have an army of salespeople out there working for you every single day, but only if you give it clarity. So ask yourself this, and be honest with yourself. If somebody wanted to buy from you today, could they? Do they even know that you exist? And if the answer is no, then you're not building momentum, you're just being busy. And busy doesn't win, selling every day does. And if you want help building something that actually sells and not just content that feels productive like all them that you see on the screen right now, go ahead and click the link down in the description and join this Credit at the Top community, where we focus on turning content into buyers, building offers that compound, and creating systems that sell even when you're not online. So if you're serious about your business, then I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. But the goal isn't more work. The goal is daily progress that pays. So now that you know you need to be selling every single day, go ahead and check out this video right here on how to build a complete system around your micro niche YouTube channel. It's Credit at the Top.